All right, guys, back again for another week talking some WWE. So last week I did not give my take on this because I wanted to really sit with it and really make sure before I jumped the gun that I felt the way I felt about it. But let's talk about Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens, guys. So a couple weeks ago on SmackDown, uh, Cody Rhodes comes out and first of all, I think it's corny that the champion gets the opportunity to have a say so in who his opponent is. Like, nah, brother, we we figured that out along the way. We see who the number one contender is. We have a number one contender match. We that's the way it should be. Or maybe the person that lost the belt gets their rematch, that type of situation. All that's can kind of out the window, and they even allude to it in their promos. But Cody Rhodes comes out and he calls out Kevin Owens and says he wants Kevin Owens to be his challenger at Bash at Berlin, which it just doesn't make sense. Like, okay, first of all, you two are friends or allies right now, right? And you're saying you're giving him a title shot because he's been saving your butt every time the bloodline or whoever is attacking him to kind of help even the odds. I understand, as a baby face, that's the noble, it's a noble thing to do. Fine. If that's how we're gonna do it, if we can pick our challengers, cool, whatever. But then Kevin Owens says he doesn't deserve a championship match. Who in their right mind? Okay, again, I know this is sports entertainment, and we got to suspend our disbelief, and it's not real, it's scripted. That's fine, but make it make sense. In what sport would someone turn down the opportunity to face the top guy or the top team for the top prize in that industry? Who would you, at your job, would you turn down a promotion that puts you, like, just come on, because you've been slacking at work a little bit, so he said no because, hey, look at my win-loss record. In wrestling, win-loss records are as like they are the most irrelevant thing ever, right? In wrestling, you just have to be able to put on a decent match with the champion and to be over. If the crowd is behind you, if the crowd can, like, and Kevin Owens checks those boxes, right? Kevin Owens headlined the last few WrestleManias. Well, not the last one because we had Bloodline both nights, but but before that, remember, he headlined with Austin, and then the year after that, he headlined night one with Sami Zayn against the Usos. So, like, he's a legit guy. Like, he's one of those guys, like, he's kind of in that AJ Styles space, that almost, and I think Randy Orton's in rare air, but he's almost there to where he's that guy where you can plug him into a main event and it makes sense. That's what they did with him and Roman several times. I think he faced Roman 2 or 3 times during the tribal chief phase, and he didn't necessarily have a great win-loss record or anything, but the food made sense. Hey, he's going to have a great match with Roman, so why not? So then they go backstage, and well, Cody says, hey, I'm going to talk to Nick Aldis. I don't give a shit what you say. Like, pretty much just dismissing this guy, saying, no, I don't want to face you because I don't deserve it. Now he's going to go talk to the general manager to plead his case for this match, despite Kevin Owens saying, no, I don't want it. Okay, whatever. So then you have Nick Aldis and Cody backstage, and they're talking and Kevin Owens is talking with them and everything. And so Nick Aldis goes, and I hated that this happened. Now, I do think Roman is a made man at this point, but by him making his return and him to be, the big top good guy of ever, which they've done an amazing job doing. But I didn't like Nick Aldis basically saying, well, I was going to talk to Roman about his rematch tonight. That was one thing I don't think they should have done. But again, Roman's a made man, but I wouldn't have done it just because I want to keep as much good steam on Roman while we have the moment while Roman is getting the flowers he so richly deserves, and don't want to feel like he's being forced back into the title picture, right? I think everybody kind of glanced over it and ignored it, or took it for what I think maybe Nick was trying to just ruffle the feathers and didn't really mean it. I don't know. I think that's what they were trying to do, but they should. I didn't. I would. They could have done without that, but then here comes Kevin Owens saying, "Oh, you're gonna give Roman a title shot? He was champion for 4 years." Okay, yeah. If anybody deserves a damn rematch, it's the guy that held the belt for 4 years, right? So you're making the point. You're like doing everything to like make the point that you don't deserve it now. But now this is what gets you heated and want you to actually be in that match. I think he ended up saying, there's a lot of guys in the locker room that deserve this match. Blah 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 blah. And it's like, dude, just take the match and move on. Here's the other piece to it I don't really care for. Cody is... I like Cody. I like Cody a lot. I love his story. I love the fact that he went from being Stardust to asking for his release, going on the independent scene, builds a company from the ground up that ends up being WWE's competitor, then leaves that company and goes back home and is a top star. I love that story. That story is one of the greatest like things in wrestling. Like it you can't deny how important that is and how significant it is, because he literally left WWE, went away, got his weight up, came back, and now I'm one of the top guys. Like there's Roman Reigns and then there's me. Because when he left, he was not there. He was lower mid card at best. Now people are paying to see you. That's great. But ever since there's not much stuff with anytime he's disassociated with the bloodline, he loses a lot of steam. And it makes his matches not seem as important, right? So think about this match with Kevin Owens. It's almost like this friendly rivalry, and like I'm giving my friend a title match, and his matches need a lot of heat on them. I'm talking about Cody Rhodes. His matches need heat on them to really establish him as this star in his own right. Because now you got Roman Reigns back. The crowd is waiting to see Roman. They should be wanting to see Cody. But they're not going to want to see Cody as long as he's in these friendly feuds with Kevin Owens. The other money feud with Cody is Randy Orton. I guess they're saving that for WrestleMania. But that's the other money feud that has that fixed in heat, like there can be so much there because of their history that it's already made. And that's the money feud. All feuds don't have to be super like WrestleMania headlining caliber, but there've got to be some heat on it. Like I don't even care if they had the Wyatt Six attack him and then he's in some sort of feud with Joe Gacy or somebody. Like I feel like that would be better than what's happening. He's got to have some hot feuds, and to that point, Chad Gable is in a hotter feud than Cody Rhodes. That makes no sense. No disrespect to Chad Gable. Chad Gable is Kurt Angle reincarnated. We know that. He's great. But he is not Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is special. Cody Rhodes is super special. But move him to Raw if you need to. Move Cody Rhodes to Raw if you need to, because again, it literally felt like last Friday night on SmackDown, it felt like the crowd was literally sitting on their hands waiting on Roman to come out. It's because there's no, and don't get it twisted. They were singing Cody's theme song and all that, and it's great. But him as champion, I'm speaking specifically him as champion. right now the WWE product is hot, right? So everything is kind of overish, but we're talking about the champion. We're talking about, and let's not get it twisted, the belt that Cody Rhodes has is the top belt. The one that Gunther has is the 1A, is still the 1A. So you are the measuring stick for the industry. You're the face of the industry as the WWE Undisputed Universal Champion, whatever the hell they call it. That's so he's got to have the hottest feuds. And really, Gunther has the better feud right now because that match has a little history, has a little heat, a little controversy, right? They closed out Raw the other night. Gunther jumped out of the crowd and attacked Randy Orton. We need that for Cody. Cody's got to do better in this space of having challengers that are worthy because of the actual feud itself. So yeah, there's that. You fast forward to last Friday night SmackDown, and you had Kevin Owens back there with Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. Grayson Waller's going to have a match with Kevin Owens later. So they're back there talking. So before Kevin Owens walks up, Grayson Waller and Austin Theory are talking shit. They're like, oh, that's going to be an easy dub. And, he's an idiot for, not wanting a title match and blah, 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 blah. Kevin Owens walks up, after, kind of overhearing it and says, oh, okay, I'm an easy dub, right? Okay, cool. Let's go out there and see about that. Let's go out there and see about that. He, has a pretty good match with Grayson Waller. He gets the dub, Kevin Owens, that is. And then Austin Theory and Grayson are now about to double team him. Cody Rhodes comes out to even up the odds. And then Grayson Waller and Theory clear the area. And because they both have chairs, because both Cody and Kevin had chairs. So then I was hoping that they teased that Kevin Owens was thinking about hitting Cody with the chair. I was hoping, but he drops the chair. But Cody had his back turned. It was a perfect opportunity to tease some sort of heat that could come from this. He drops the chair. Now, Cody's belt is on the ring floor, and Cody's about to go grab it, but Kevin Owens grabs it first, and it's kind of like, ooh. Kevin does hand over the belt, but you could tell that pissed off Cody. So I thought that was good. I thought it was good to kind of have just a little bit of tension, but they can go somewhere with this. If this results in a Kevin Owens heel turn, this could be something. So I'm gonna let it play out. But because I talked about before, when you're a good heel, it's easy to be a good baby face. Conversely, when you've been a baby face and you do something underhanded in turns, it makes for a good heel, right? And we know Kevin Owens can flip and be, Kevin Owens is the big show of this era. He flips between babyface and heel like no other. But this could be good. But Kevin Owens does need to turn heel to make this a rivalry, because if you turn him heel, you can then stretch this for a couple matches, and then they can have the return match at Bad Blood, which would be great for Bad Blood. I think Bad Blood is going to be this pay-per-view or premium live event, PLE, that's going to really settle a lot of feuds. So it's going to be all those matches that have the heat behind them. But to get there, Kevin Owens has to turn heel. Okay, before we wrap up, last time I talked about Roman Reigns Roman Reigns cleaning up the Tongans at a couple weeks ago on SmackDown, and the Tongans and the Bloodline not getting their heat that they needed. And I also mentioned I didn't know if that had something to do with Jacob being out. Well, we got that answer last Friday. So Solo calls out Roman Reigns. He wants Roman Reigns to acknowledge him. He says if Roman Reigns wants the Olafala, he's going to have to come get it from him. Calls out Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns comes out to an enormous ovation. I I mean, the crowd was chanting OTC from the minute Solo was in the ring till Roman shows up, right? So notably, Solo was only there with Tama Tonga. Tongaloa was nowhere to be found. Tongaloa is worthless anyway, so I completely understand. Um, well, anyway, Roman makes, quick work of them in the ring, and he gets the Olafala. He it's like he's seen, like he's holding up gold when he's got this Olafala, like, and he puts it around his neck, like, oh, it feels good to have this shit back, right? Lo and behold, soon the minute he's feeling that, here comes Jacob Fatu with the boot on his ankle and everything, and I mean, he just kills Roman. And again, this was what I was talking about last time. The bloodline needed to have that visual of taking him down, and that's what happened. So Jacob takes him down. SmackDown then ends with Solo Sikoa and his two right and left hand men standing there, and Solo again has the Olafala because Roman's down, and Roman just looked like he got hit by a freaking bus. So that was really good. So I know they're going to set this up for Bad Blood as well. I would like to see, and I don't know what they're going to save it for. Maybe they're saving it for a Mania, but we got to have Jacob versus Roman. That's going to be special. I just don't know when it's going to happen, right? Because we've got Bad Blood coming up. There's going to be Survivor Series. And then we kind of hit that lull in December where they're just kind of on the road doing the holiday. I know there's a PLE in there, but then you're at the Royal Rumble already. We know it's not going to be this WrestleMania because it's likely going to be Rock and Roman. So when do you do this match? If you do it at the Rumble, like, I feel like it's too big of a match to be at the Royal Rumble. To me, the Royal Rumble is reserved for like kind of B-level main event matches, but because the headline of the show, the main events of the show should be the two Rumble matches. So I feel we need that match, but it needs to be in the right spot. I think I saw that Roman won't be back until September 13th-ish. So I guess they're going to kind of sell the fact that, Roman got taken down, and I'm sure Solo's going to come out talking mess, but I guess he'll come back right in time to build up for Bad Blood. But anyway, that's it for this week. Hope y'all enjoy Raw and SmackDown. I'll be back next week. We'll be getting ready for Bash in Berlin next week, so should be some good content next week from both Raw and SmackDown for us to break down. Later.